Welcome back to SwitchCorner. My name is Alex, and the massive sale to kick off 2022 it is coming to an end, so let's dive into those final few deals. As always then, I'm going to be covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia, and with that, hit subscribe if you love the Switch, as much as we all do here. Join our growing family, and let's get started. So this week's video is going to be a little bit different. Sales, they are of course dropping off, not a huge amount of new happening right now, so we'll be throwing out a few new titles but then doing a very quickfire roundup of some of my favourite deals from the last few weeks of videos that are still alive, and this is going to be your last chance now to jump on them. I also have then 2 winners to announce for 2 $10 eShop gift cards and 2 more to give away. Now all you need to do to enter, drop a comment down below and the winners they'll be announced in next week's video. Finally then, a warning for those of you in the UK, EU and Australia. It's actually very quiet in your eShop, so only 5 of the 20 games today are available in your region, so either wishlist the ones you do want, or of course jump over to another region. First up then, Cris Tales, it's back on sale. We saw this around the Christmas period. It's back here with 50% off. I reviewed it on the channel. Find that in the pinned comment down below, but this, it's a love letter to JRPGs. At launch as well, and to this day in fact, it has way too many load screens, but if you can get over that, there's a lot to like. An evil has appeared though in this world, threatening it, and now you are out to stop them. The spin, it actually plays on time. The screen, it's split into 3 sections showing the past, present and the future, and this is like in world and in combat as well, so if you can launch a water attack, then throw them into the future to watch it rust their armor. 3000th Duel then is back, matching the low 60% off. It's a Souls-like Metroidvania that puts you in the role of a hero with no memory. You're looking to understand who you are by working your way through this world, battling over 300 enemy types. There's also boss moments and of course minor environmental puzzles. The combat's great though, with this focus on blade, sword and lance attacks, and it's had some love since launch, including what was a massive free update. It added in 150 additional regions, new equipment and even a hard mode. Rustler is another one that was on sale over Christmas then, and now it returns with 40% off, matching the low price. It's not a perfect game honestly, but I had fun with it. It's kind of old school Grand Theft Auto given the medieval treatments. Problems wise, on occasion it can be buggy, but my experience was it kind of corrected itself relatively quickly, and you can see all of that in my full review in the pinned comment down below. I enjoyed it though. It's definitely kind of out there and has some like fun with its rags to riches story. For missions as well, exploration is solid and it's actually a decently sized world as well. Unrailed then is one of my favourite co-op experiences recently. The idea is simple enough: build a train track. As a train it slowly moves forward. With progression though, it ups the challenge from the environment to enemies to obstacles. The gameplay though, jump in, chop down wood to build tracks, maybe collect water when the engine's on fire. You can only use like 1 tool each. Clear the way though, basically fend off enemies, and when you do jump online it's just addictive and it gets real challenging real quick. It's basically going to be just more and more intense. The screen's going to start shaking, it will even rotate upside down. It's going to do everything it can to stop you from succeeding. It's matching the low price then with 75% off. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic then sees a new low price, 25% off. I did a performance review of this one on the channel, going to be linking that down below. There's no question though, it's a fantastic game, for many the best Star Wars game ever made, and it tasks you here with saving the Republic. It is also no question showing its age, but this RPG in my eyes, it's still one of the very best out there. The problems with the port though, it has some frame rate stumbles when visual effects are dialed up, think like fire in the environment, and then in combat there's this huge bloody like text box covering your screen. Honestly though, still worth it, can't wait to see what they do with the remake. Alright, so that's the midpoint of the video. We are going to quickfire here 11 of the bigger games I featured over the last 2 weeks. If you want more information on them, check out the last few deals videos where I go into more detail. I've linked those in the pinned comment below. Also in that pinned comment I've got any reviews that I might have put out there. You'll need to be quick though with these. Many are finishing on the 17th of the month, so it's very much the last chance till we see that next sale. GRIS then is a puzzle platformer adventure, stunning visual design and audio here. It's the story of a girl dealing with what is a painful experience. Her sorrow is manifested in her dress that leads to new abilities, and yeah, just stunning work and a new low price, 75% off. Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition then is a masterpiece with a new low of 50% off, a Metroidvania and one of the best on the Switch. It looks stunning, handles near perfectly, and you're out to save the forest. It's very much a heartfelt story, this one, and it comes highly recommended. Untitled Goose Game then is a stealth sandbox puzzle game. The idea be a goose and terrorize this town completing quests. The idea is simple, but it works so well, and it got a free update as well recently that threw in local co-op, and that is an absolute blast when you're playing together. Few games then have a dedicated honk button, and yeah, it's just genius. It's a new low price as well, 50% off. The Last Campfire then comes from the team behind No Man's Sky. Gone is that epic scale though for something more bite-sized. It's a puzzle adventure experience where you take on the role of a lost ember trying to find their way home. It's simple but great just when you like want to chill. Its main issue, the frame rate, it wobbles. They targeted 60. They should have just locked this one out at 30. A new low price though, 70% off. Huntdown then is for the run and gun fans out there. Old school action, a nice amount of challenge as well given its influences. The idea though, clean up these streets, take out gangs, and it's got a few modern tweaks like think areas to take cover. Kick-ass soundtrack as well, and it always gave me kind of a Warriors vibe. A new low price, 60% off. Olija then is a Devolver piece, always a sign of quality, no different here, and it's an action platformer. You've kind of got trapped in this alternate realm of sorts after a shipwreck. You're trying to now get home with your crew. The story is kind of left to interpretation at points, but the gameplay is solid. It's this magical spear that gives you all sorts of abilities, think things like teleportation. Feels fantastic though, it was shorter than I expected, about 3 or so hours, but a new low price, 50% off. Lost in Random then is going to be for fans of visual design inspired by Tim Burton. Great little action adventure. I'd say watch a review, there's a lot going on in here, but story, you live in a world ruled by an evil queen. She determines everything on a roll of a dice, and your sister has been taken, you've got to go now save her. It's exploration, deck systems, dice, free roaming combat, all sorts happening, and it's a new low price, 33% off. Breathedge then is for survival fans out there. I loved the environment, outer space, the 360-degree movement. It's kind of the usual, affair, build up a base, gather resources, manage health and oxygen. Has a story too as well, there's definitely an end game, but that's kind of where its downfall is as well. The story, the last third or so of the game devolves into what is basically a weak first-person shooter. Still worth it though in my opinion, and a new low, 50% off. Dead Cells, and I'm not sure what I really need to add here, one of the best roguelikes on the Switch. It's 2D, the combat though, the weapon selection, the progression, all of it just fantastic. This is the Road to the Sea bundle I'm highlighting today. That throws in all DLC, which adds in new biomes for your runs, but you can also just buy the DLC on sale too for like $10, or even the base game standalone. This bundle then, it's a new low price, 35% off. Samurai Warriors 5 then was a great surprise in 2021. Always enjoyed the formula, like hack and slash at tons of dumb enemies on screen. But this kind of took things back to basics, and it definitely paid off for me. It felt punchy, easy to jump into for smaller play sessions, never kind of outstayed its welcome. Looks great on the Switch as well, then a stunning cel-shaded style, and there's just tons of playable characters with different styles. It's a new low price, 35% off. Our final title for the recap then, Red Faction Guerilla Remastered. I'll always say it, terrible name this one, but solid port, throws you onto Mars. You're part of a resistance, it's kind of third person unlike the original, which was actually first person, but it's got the series known level of destructibility, and it's not smart, but it is fun as you kind of get creative using this world to take down your enemies with guns and vehicles and just, well, all sorts. A new low price then, and a steal this one, 90% off. Alright, so back to new titles and the winners of the week, starting with Trine Ultimate Collection. I always think this one's worth a shout out, and it's matching the low price here, 80% off. I personally think that is fantastic price for this package. It's packing all 4 entries. I think they are worth playing in release order myself, though these are just fantastic if anything in multiplayer. Think here, enemies to take down, platforming and physics-based puzzles, a 2.5D world then in design. They look fantastic, and each then packs its own kind of story as well. You'll be travelling alongside though a wizard, a knight and a thief. Our first winner of the week then, it's going to Sarah Lowe, who shouted out Lost in Random as being like a dark kids movie. Definitely kind of got that vibe as well. Congrats to Sarah. Drop me an email to claim your code, and everyone else, we have a second winner coming up here shortly in the video. Our penultimate game of the video then, Fez, it's matching the low here with 25% off, a classic title now. It hit the Switch, and honestly it's still as special now as it was like years ago when it first released. For an adventure puzzle platformer though, it just packs a ton of charm. It follows the idea that you live in this 2D world. You're introduced though to a third dimension, and now adventure is ahead as it kind of plays on a 2D plane, but you can rotate these structures. The perfect game for handheld in my opinion, this one. Well worth your time, and as I said, it is something special. Our second winner of the week then, Laughing Lion, who shouted out Crosscode. Great game, well worth your time, and it's still on sale till the 17th of the month if you do want to grab it. Congrats though Lion, drop me an email to claim your code, and everyone else, drop a comment down below for your chance to win in the next video. Closing us out then, Tetris Effect Connected, my #1 game of 2021 personally, and my only 10 out of 10 on the channel in 2021. It felt like the perfect game though to close out the videos on the New Year 2022 sale. This takes Tetris though to a new level. Adventure mode is kind of story with these incredible visuals. There's tons of modes, so it can be intense or relaxing. It packs online play as well. That's kind of where my addiction lies, you know, in battle mode. And yeah, it's the best Tetris game in years, and for me it's probably the best since that original on the OG Game Boy. The music is stunning then, even if you don't pick up the game, take a listen over on Spotify, and if you do own an OLED system, this is a must play in handheld. It truly shows what the new screen can do. It's a new low price though, 33% off. You'll need to be quick though, it expires soon, but I've got a ton of gameplay here out of it for my cash. And that's another week down, a little bit different, doing that kind of recap in the middle, but we've had so many games in this sale, it's easy to forget all of the options you have, so hopefully that helped some of you out. A shout out then to the patrons of the channel who are going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. Then hit subscribe if you love the Switch, as much as we all do here. Join our growing family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.